Hey, what's up everybody, Fake here and welcome back to a new video. Today, we will be going through episode 31 of Slime Rancher. Let's get into it. I've already clicked the play button, so I'm just gonna wait for this shit to load in, and then we'll get the episode action started. Gameplay story trailer released for Spider-Man 2. Guess I'll feed all my slimy slimes. Make sure all their food doesn't go to waste. I basically just want to continue going through the wild and collect all the kookadobas I can find. That's basically what I want to do for this episode. Really just continue doing that whole I'm being honest, technically, if I really wanted to, I could technically end the series at any time now that I think about it. Like, honestly, I've already completed, like, whatever the storyline is in this game, I've already completed. Like, the end game credits, I've already had to do. So technically, I've already completed the game. If I really wanted to, I could already end the series off. I'm gonna continue doing the series until I complete everything I want to complete on this game. Once I complete everything I want to complete on this game, I'm going to end off this series and I'm going to start up Slime Rancher 2. I might give it like a few days, if not a week, to like let me do other types of videos before I start up the Slime Rancher 2 series. Especially since the Slime Rancher 2 series will be a blind playthrough. So yeah, there's that. If I really wanted to, I could do the rest of the shit that I want to do off camera. And just move on with this series if I want to. Like completing all the achievements, unlocking the wilds and the Mochi Mansion as like an accessible area for me. Like all that, I could do that outside of this series. I want to continue this series until I get all that shit done because I like this game. I like the fact that I have this as kind of like a long-term series in a way, and I want to keep it going just because of that. Especially now that I've completed my Pokemon Scarlet series. Man. After that Pokemon Scarlet series got completed, I completed that shit yesterday. Well, I'm going to start up a Brilliant Diamond series as soon as possible, but I'm gonna give it a little bit of time, so then it's not like I'm ending off the Pokemon Scarlet series, then instantly hopping into Brilliant Diamond, because Brilliant Diamond is 100% gonna be the next Pokemon game I do a Let's Play on. Because if you think about it, right, I did Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and finished that. I did Pokemon Sword and Shield and finished that, even though I still have the Crown Tundra to go through, so I could do that instead. I just finished the Scarlet Violet shit, completing Pokemon Scarlet. Granted, I still need to complete the Pokedex for both Let's Go Pikachu and Scarlet Violet, but at the same time, like, I've already completed it for Pokemon Shield. If I really wanted to, I could just say fuck the Isle of Armor Pokedex and just go straight into the Crown Tundra. Even though it's technically an open world. So I was also thinking of starting up the Minecraft series, like the new one. Like I know I did the Hunt for All Cat variant series in the past. I didn't even finish that series. I got like one cat variant away, never found the fucker after like 10 episodes in a row of hunting for it exclusively. And then eventually I just gave up on the series. I wanted it to end, so I just did it. But like that was my first ever Let's Play series, you know what I mean? Like that was the first ever Let's Play series that I started where my OBS's audio shit didn't fuck up. Once I fixed it, so I was like, oh hell yeah. Let's get some Let's Play videos going on here. So once I started the Hunt for All Cat variant, I was like, okay, we're gonna stick to doing this shit. Another thing I want to do before I end off this series, I want to max out my 7 BBD rewards club level. I want to max that level out at the highest level possible. You know what I mean? What? Why is it 9? That's a weird number, but okay. Send those others in there. Fucking hate flies, man. The worst times that I've had to deal with flies at is like during recordings. The amount of times I've had these fuckers flying like right in my face and shit while I'm in the middle of recording a video or something is ridiculous. And it pisses me off because it's like I don't know where these fuckers are coming from. You know what I mean? Like if I'd have known where these fuckers are coming from, I'd fix the problem where I didn't have to deal with it. Is really in there singing and shit. Alright, Odgen Ortiz. What is that? Alright, let's get moving. Let's get into the bitch. Oh no! Let's go back to the other side. Kookadobas. Fuck you. Let's check this area. You're not eating me, cracker. Damn. Damn, I crossed his ass up, huh? break it. How do you get it? How do you break it? How do you get kookadobas out of it? Is it possible to break them? My fellow cracker. You know what? Every single one of these bastards has big scaly men can eat chicken, so they can enjoy the chicken McNicken and get off my dick. Bye-bye, little homie. That's what happens when you cross me. Well, we looking like Nick Grizz. Little bitch. Speaking of Nick Grizz, I heard what happened with him whenever him and AMP started beefing. I wouldn't even call it a beef, really. Basically what happened was AMP did a cipher like a year, maybe 2 years ago. I don't really know how long ago it was, but AMP made this cipher not too long ago. And in the cipher, Kai and Phantom, Katsanat and Phantom, both had bars in there talking like they were dissing people. They dissed like Pretty Boy Fredo, they dissed Nick Grizz, they dissed a few others, maybe a few others. But, like, I know Fredo, he ended up just replying with his own cipher and then challenging Kai to a boxing match, which I think was pretty goofy. I really do think it's pretty goofy. In my opinion, I think that him going after Kai for a boxing match out of all the members of AMP is ridiculous, considering Fredo looks like he's at least 6 feet tall, and he's got a somewhat decent build. Meanwhile, Kai Cenat, he's got a decent build, but he's also like 5'6", and has little to no fighting experience. Despite the fact he's from the Bronx, I highly doubt he can fight. Or at least not box. Maybe after months of training, but it's gonna be a pain in the ass trying to win against somebody built like Pretty Boy Fredo. It's almost like he only challenged Kai instead of someone else in the group because of 2 reasons. One, because he knew he had a good chance of winning the fight. He has the upper hand with just builds alone. And 2, because of status. Pretty Boy Fredo's his content is shit and his channel is not. Combine that with the fact that dying. Nobody gives a fuck about him. And to be honest, Kai kind of brought his shit back to life. Same with Nick Briz. Nick Briz got canceled not long before his little thing with AMP happened. I'd say the way Nick Briz went about that shit was way worse than the way Fredo went about it. All Fredo did was make a response cipher, which it was more of like multiple music videos combined into one, with just him and a couple of his friends, literally a couple of his friends, because it was literally like one or two guys, and they called it like an AMP diss. It was more of just like them continuously talking about smoking on that Kai pack. It's crazy how much they were dissing Kai compared to Phantom, because Phantom also sent shots at them, and they rarely ever. They talked about Phantom. I think they even talked about Agent and Fredo had beef in the past, but this situation with Kai and Phantom had nothing to do with like this situation with Kai and Phantom had nothing to do with Agent. I don't know why they went after Agent. I think it's kind of funny how they went after Kai, Phantom, and Agent, but they didn't go after Davis, Chris, or Duke. Despite the fact that they're all, not only are they all members of AMP just like the rest of them, but they're also like, especially Duke and maybe Chris, you will have a way more entertaining fight going against someone like Duke or Chris than going against like Kai or Phantom. Like, at least he didn't challenge Phantom. It would have looked like a real goofy if he challenged Phantom to a boxing match. But like, okay, I will give Fredo some credit. Not only did he handle it a lot better than Nick Briz did, but he actually like responded to the people that dissed him and didn't just like attack the third party members. So like, even though I was talking about how it was kind of funny how they didn't go after the rest of AMP, they just went after like Kai and Phantom and all that. Like, at the same time, it's also a good thing because the motherfuckers also had nothing to do with that situation. So it's a good thing that they just responded to the people that was actually involved and actually dissed them. Then we move on to how Nick Briz responded. The way Nick Briz responded like that, like, if someone did to me the way Nick Briz did to certain members of AMP, I would be pissed, to be honest. I would actually want to pull up on Homeboy and pop him type shit. Like, I would not let him slide on that. So, I don't know how it started, but after the diss, like after the dissing on the Cypher, not long after that, Nick Briz went after, he didn't go after Kai, he didn't go after Phantom, he didn't go after Agent. I don't think Agent had anything to do with the Fredo situation. Well, he had something to do with the Fredo situation. I don't think he had anything to do with the Nick Briz thing. But, yeah, so Nick Briz, he doesn't go after any of the guys who actually dissed him in the Cypher. Instead, he goes after Duke Dennis. He goes after Duke. Like, he ends up finding like an old mugshot of Duke Dennis, right? And he didn't even know what the hell the mugshot was for, like what he got arrested for. But he wanted to change he wanted to like alter the reason why Duke got arrested to make him and the rest of AMP look bad. So he like typed in, he either doctored this fucking article, or like, it wasn't even really an article. It kind of looked like someone just spent 2 minutes typing in on a fucking Google Doc or some shit, and then attached a mugshot to it, and then bam, there it was, type shit. But you know what I mean? Fuck. Like he ends up. Well, he ends up. Fuck me, I can't explain. I should be able to, but for some reason. God, I thought he ate the kookadoba. Well, anyway, man, it's hard to fucking play a game and then talk about something completely unrelated. I'm trying to focus on talking, but also making sure I don't end up getting punched on. But back to what I was saying. He ends up taking his Duke Dennis mugshot and saying that, like, claiming that Duke got arrested for having sexual relations with a 14-year-old. First off, he kept flip-flopping between 13 and 14. So he didn't even, like, he wasn't even consistent about the age. He kept flip-flopping between 13 and 14. Secondly, he tried to say that Duke Dennis was like a predator. Not only that, he then later on made an Instagram story talking about saying some like, wow, AMP. Well, first off, he didn't pronounce the group as AMP, he pronounced it as AMP, which was goofy as hell. I'm sure those motherfuckers hear that a lot. People calling their group AMP instead of AMP. To be fair, I thought it was, I'm pretty sure I thought it was AMP my first time seeing the name. And then I started watching the content, saw them call it AMP, and I was like, yeah, that's AMP now. I did. So, yeah, they're not getting Uber now. That's what I thought, though. Anyways, he went on to his Instagram story talking on some, wow, AMP, you guys really be sitting in that house and talking about how you like to have sexual relations with 14-year-old girls? That's crazy. Like, he was in there talking mad crazy about AMP. Saying their name wrong, probably on purpose. He's got the AMP dick in his mouth. So I don't know why the hell he's acting like he doesn't know the motherfucker. The fact he knows about the whole, like, him getting dissed shit is funny to me. Because that also means he watched the cipher and gave him that free view, which means he already lost. But then he even, like, took a second L when he started posting about the false accusations of like Duke and all of them being sexual predators and shit, like child predators. But well, eventually after he posted all of that shit, he ended up like making a video of him visiting D-Block, which, if you guys don't know, Duke Dennis is from D-Block. Like, that's his hood type shit. He's from D-Block. He, like, that's his hood type shit. And so, even though he lives in Atlanta, like, he got a bunch of shit left in D-Block. For some reason, Nick Britt decided to go visit that place, not only knowing that that's Duke Dennis's hood. Even when he made the video visiting D-Block, he put Duke Dennis's name in the title. He said I got jumped at Duke Dennis's hood D-Block, which is kind of funny. So let me talk about this real quick as well. He went to D-Block. I don't know what the hell he was expecting. Guess he was expecting like roses and flowers or some shit. he was doing some nice charity work for like kids on some basketball court. He found some kids at a basketball court and he was like giving them basketballs, and he was about to grill some food up or something. But then like he wasn't even, the thing that sucked about that wasn't that he was giving to the kids, right? It's the fucking reason. He wasn't doing it with good intentions. Like, you know the whole, like, doing the wrong thing for the right reasons? Imagine the opposite of that. The right thing for the wrong reason. That's exactly what Nick Briz was doing when he was doing all that charity work for those kids. He was literally doing that just so he can send shots at Duke. He even had a clip in there where he was walking up to this dude that was like Duke knows the guy too. Like, I don't know what his name was, but apparently him and Duke like played one-on-one football together and shit. And so like that guy was kind of acting like a hoe in the video, but well, anyways, so like Nick runs across that guy and he goes, "Where's Duke at? Where's Duke at?" He ends up being like, "Yeah, we don't see him around," or I don't know what he said. I'm not gonna put words in the guy's mouth. I don't know what the fucker said. I'm just gonna say that he said something. And then Nick Briz was like, "Oh, you're telling me that Duke doesn't support the hood like that?" I was just sitting there like, wow, this fucking being badass right now. Oh shit. Alright. Ooh. Well, that's fun. Alright, let me read this real quick before I continue. Thanks so much for all those kookadobas. You're off to a great start. The miracle mix I developed for my own crops is now available in your garden upgrade. Miracle Mix prevents fruits and veggies from rotting, and don't worry, I make it with all natural materials, good healthy stuff. But I didn't always think this way. I used to run a huge company on Earth that made Insta-food, quick, cheap meals made of nothing but chemicals and preservatives. We made billions, but we weren't making real food. Instead, our food engineers worked to design products that wasn't right. So I came to the far, far range to grow my own wholesome food with my two hands. I wanted to leave my life on Earth behind. But enough about that. On to more kookadobas. If you get me a bunch more, I'll give you the specs for a deluxe upgrade for your gardens. Get to it, Beatrix. I've got a new recipe here, and I need loads of kookadoba to get it just right. How much is loads? 120? Oh, am I actually going to get this area unlocked if I get to that 120? I think I had exactly enough. It's kind of funny because I think I had exactly enough of the kookadobas to finish it off the first time with all that shit. I'm actually going to head back to my ranch. So did it automatically apply that upgrade? Or do I have to apply that upgrade myself? I purchased that upgrade from my shit myself. I have to apply that upgrade myself. Okay, it's 500 coins. Okay. So it like prevents fruit and veggies from rotting. Okay. It's not a bad thing. I'm gonna actually go ahead and apply that shit to all my crops. Hell yeah. I don't know what I can do with this spicy tofu. You know what I mean? Like, I have no idea what I'm gonna do with it. For now, I'll just throw it in my silo. I have nothing else I can do with it. I don't really want to feed it to anything right now. There. There. The last thing I want on this ranch right now is for crops to get fucked up, you know what I mean? Yeah, and then once I finish this whole thing with Odgen Ortiz's place, I'll move on to Mochi Miles' place. And that'll actually be kind of useful, because once I finish a certain thing for her, she'll actually give me this thing where I can, like, have a certain chance of getting double the coins for certain floors when I sell some. It's kind of like gambling in a way. Hold on. Purchase. That should be, hold on, no it's not. This should be the last time I have to buy Miracle Mix. Cha-ching. Look at that. Look at that ground. You love to see it. Hell yeah. Now I no longer have to worry about, like, leaving my ranch to, I don't have to worry about leaving my ranch and having my food rot anymore. Because now, my food will be preserved like that. Alright, but I'm gonna click that button. While I wait for this to load out, I guess I'll try to finish off this whole Duke Dennis, Nick Briz story. He goes to D Block. He ends up, like, disrespecting Duke in there. And then 3 of Duke's homeboys, their names are Dre, Darius, and Davo. They end up showing up, pulling up on him, and pressing him, basically. Nick Briz ends up turning into a massive bitch in the process, and, well, he cuts out half of the moments of him being a bitch, but he acts like such a bitch in the video that he can't even cut all the moments out. He cuts the part of him apologizing to Duke. We know that he apologized to Duke on the camera, and that it got cut out because one of the guys, Davo, later on went onto a live stream with Duke Dennis himself, and they did a live stream together where they reacted to Nick Briz's video. And Davo explained that they actually pressed him. Their friend Dre had a gun on him, which he's licensed to be able to carry a gun. But Nick Briz's video is painting him out to be the bad guy, even though Dre was the one keeping Nick Briz alive. Davo and Darius were trying to beat his ass and maybe even kill him. And Dre was the one keeping both of them in line and keeping Nick Briz alive, but also wanted to press the dude and get answers out of him or whatever in the process. So there's how that went down. Anyway, long story short, Nick Briz is a bitch. Duke Dennis a goat. Shout out to all the dudes that were rolling with him that pressed Nick Briz. W-ass press right there. It was I think it was like almost a year ago when that happened, but yeah. I'm gonna end the video off here though, guys. So if you like what you saw, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. If you want to check out my other socials, go to the about section of the channel or to the description of this video and all my other videos. With that all being said, my name is Fate. This has been episode 31, I believe, of Slime Rancher, and I'll see you guys in the next video.